What would happen if Antonio Conte replaces Arsène Wenger in charge of Arsenal? Hello everyone, welcome to the What If League. Today's experiment is going to be about what would happen if the Arsenal board decided to sack Arsène Wenger after the end of season 2017-18 and hire Antonio Conte in his place. So in order to see what is going to happen, now I'm going to fast forward until the last game for the Arsenal team this year, and then I'm going to then terminate the contract of Wenger and hire Antonio Conte in his place. Here we are, 17th of May 2018, and Antonio Conte is the new manager of Arsenal. So first of all, let's have a quick look what happened this season in the Premier League. As you can see, Manchester City were champions with 87 points, which is 10 more than second place Manchester United. Liverpool and Chelsea completed the top 4, while Arsenal were in 6th position with only 62 points. Let me just go back and go to the Arsenal schedule to see how did they fare in other tournaments where they played. So first of all, let's see here where we have they lost the League Cup final in this experiment. They lost it to Manchester United. Doesn't really matter. In the FA Cup, they were eliminated by Tottenham. While the Europa League final, they lost the Europa League final to Liverpool on penalty. So let's see that game here. Sadio Mane scored for Liverpool early in the game before Danny Welbeck equalized in the 16th minute. Welbeck was injured, unfortunately, in that game, as well as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who got injured in extra time. And in the penalty shootout, Mkhitaryan and Xhaka both missed their penalties, which meant that the trophy was going to go to Anfield. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fast forward 3 seasons into the future so that we can see what happens with Antonio Conte at the helm of Arsenal. I know that this is a very unlikely scenario, but it's still fun to see exactly how things are going to develop and whether the Italian is going to be a success at the Emirates. Now the year is 2021 and we begin by reviewing the Premier League. First of all, we are now in season 2017-18 where we left off. And let's see what happened in the next year. Manchester United claimed the title with 91 points. Chelsea were second with 83. Manchester City and Tottenham completed top 4, while while Arsenal only accumulated 74 points, which is 2 less than their North London neighbours of Tottenham, and were out of the Champions League giving places. Year after that, Tottenham were champions with 87 points, 1 more than Manchester United, while Chelsea and Arsenal were level with 82 points each in the 3rd and 4th position respectively. Chelsea were the 3rd because they had better goal difference. So I'm sure that for the Arsenal fans this is very bitter to take, where Tottenham were champions, but this is what happened in this experiment. And in the final year, Manchester City were champions again with 86 points, 4 more than second place Manchester United, while Chelsea and Tottenham completed the top 4. Arsenal were in 6th position with 75 points, which is 2 less than 4th place Tottenham. Now looking at the Arsenal team overview, Antonio Conte is still their manager, Alexandre Lacazette is their new captain, while Aaron Ramsey is vice captain. Marco Asensio is their key player. Apparently they have bought him, and we're going to look at their transfers in a second. First off, let's see the tactics screen, where we see that Conte is employing a 4-2-3-1 tactics. And we have a lot of new names here. We have Gonçalo Guedes on the right wing. We have Leon Goretzka in the middle of the field. Josh Da Silva, a player that I'm not familiar with. Let's have a look. He's one of Arsenal's academy, apparently. Yes, indeed. And I'm not sure that he is the starting left fullback. Probably this is just the end team that was selected here. A lot of new names we can spot immediately. Matthijs de Ligt in the middle of the defense, as well as Diego Rodriguez on the right wing, who is a 19-year-old regen, a very impressive 19-year-old Peruvian. Apparently they brought him from Universidad de Deportes for a very modest sum, less than £1 million, a good transfer indeed. And they have Sergio Asenjo in goal that has replaced Petr Cech, and we also see Loris Karius is there too. So a lot of transfers, and now let's head to the transfer screen and see exactly what happened. Alright, we are at the transfer screen. So in Antonio Conte's first season, he bought Sergio Senjo, the goalkeeper from Villarreal, Kevin Campbell from Red Bull Leipzig, Matthijs de Ligt from Ajax, Joel Ward, the Liverpool goalkeeper, young goalkeeper on a free transfer, and Leon Goretzka from Bayern Munich for £23 million. They sold at the same time Mohamed Elneny to Lyon, Takuma Asano to Shakhtar Donetsk, Emiliano Martinez to Borussia Mönchengladbach, Carl Jenkinson to Brighton, and David Ospina to Newcastle. Here after that, Danny Ward was... so actually this was a mistake from my side. Joel Ward is apparently not the goalkeeper from Liverpool, of course. This is a right fullback from Crystal Palace. My apologies for this mistake. So here we can see that he was signed on a free by Antonio Conte and then sold to Middlesbrough later on in the game. Apologies for that. Joel Ward is that, of course. Then in the season after that, Danny Ward, however, was brought from Liverpool for £4 million. Marco Asensio from Real Madrid for £68 million, a very big transfer. And he is now a star player of the Arsenal team. Bart Ramselaar from PSV Eindhoven. I'm not familiar with that player. He is a central midfielder, apparently a very impressive one. Samu Castillejo from Villarreal was also brought that season, as well as Diogo Jota from Wolverhampton. In the outgoing section, we see that Alex Iwobi has joined Liverpool for £35 million, while Lucas has been sold to Everton for £7.25 million. And in the final year, they brought also Loris Karius from Liverpool, so a second goalkeeper from the Reds. Gonzalo Guedes from Paris Saint-Germain, Diego Rodriguez from Universidad Deportes in Peru, and Christian Pavón from Boca Juniors. In the outgoing section, Joel Ward was sold to Middlesbrough, as we already saw, Joel Campbell to Lazio, Sead Kolasinac to Napoli, and Rob Holding to Burnley, as well as Callum Chambers to Middlesbrough. These were the people that were brought in and sent away by Antonio Conte in his first 3 years at the Emirates. Now let's see what happened in the English Cup competitions. First off is the FA Cup, where Tottenham won the first competition. After that, Manchester United were successful before Tottenham claiming the trophy again, and West Ham won the very last FA Cup in season 2020-21. Let's now see what happened in the League Cup as well. The League Cup was won by Manchester United, Chelsea, Manchester City and Chelsea again in these 4 seasons, so no trophies for Arsenal there. Let's see if they were more successful in the European competitions. In the first season, as we already saw, Arsenal lost to Liverpool. In the final game, they managed to eliminate Lyon in the semi-final, Ajax in the quarter-final and Manchester City in the second knockout round, while the eventual champions defeated Lazio, PSV Eindhoven and Spartak Moscow on their way to the title. In the next season, Arsenal managed to avenge that game and defeated Liverpool again in that final 2-0. Before that, they also managed to beat Bayern Munich, Bordeaux and Roma. So Antonio Conte got his first trophy at Arsenal. Apologies, in the end of his first season, with a very impressive European competition win against Liverpool, who managed to beat them just a year before. Very, very interesting turn of events here. Year after that, Liverpool were successful again in the Europa League. So this is 3 Europa League finals for the Reds in 3 years, and they won 2 of them. This time they won 1-0 against Galatasaray. They also defeated Roma, Inter and Hoffenheim on their way to this final game. In the last season, Manchester City claimed a 3-0 win against Tottenham in the final. City eliminated Inter in the semi-finals, Lyon in the quarters and Spartak Moscow in the second knockout round, while Arsenal here eliminated Athletic Bilbao in the second knockout round, Milan in the quarters but lost to their neighbours Tottenham in the semi-final 2-4 on aggregate. Moving to the Champions League, in the first season Real Madrid won the Champions League after defeating Tottenham in the final 1-0. Real Madrid also eliminated Manchester United in the semis, Juventus in the quarterfinal and Dortmund in the first knockout round. In the next season, Sevilla were successful in the most important European competition after defeating Manchester United on penalties in the final. Sevilla also eliminated Barcelona, Napoli and Lyon on their way to this trophy. Year after that, Barcelona were successful to claim the trophy after defeating Bayern Munich in the final 2-1. They also eliminated Chelsea on penalties in the semi-final, Manchester City on away goals in the quarters, and Arsenal 7-2 in the first knockout round. This was a very impressive win against the Gunners in the first knockout round here. In the final season of this video, Chelsea managed to win the Champions League after beating Barcelona 2-0 in the final. Chelsea also eliminated Liverpool in the semi-final, Napoli in the quarters, and Bayern Munich in the first knockout round. We can see that Massimiliano Allegri is the new manager of Chelsea, and apparently he brought some success to Stamford Bridge, so good on them. Antonio Conte also brought a trophy to the Emirates, and I'm not sure how the Arsenal fans would evaluate his performance and the way that the Arsenal team has played in these 3 years. In any case, I'm going to leave those evaluations to you. Now my focus is moving to the Ballon d'Or awards, where we see that in 2018 Lionel Messi won the award with Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar in second and third place respectively. Year after that, Messi won it again, Griezmann and Cristiano Ronaldo were second and third. And in year 2020, Neymar won the award with Cristiano Ronaldo second, Antoine Griezmann in third place. With that comes the end of this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That way you're going to receive notifications for when I upload new ones. In the meantime, you can also check out my social media. Links will be provided in the description below. Let me know what you guys think about this experiment and what would you like to see next. I would love to hear more from you in the comments. Once again, thank you for watching. Until the next time, bye!